Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something just because you were afraid of what they might think? If so, you're not alone, but it's also one of the biggest ways we give away our power. Sign number 1. You constantly worry about other people's opinions. Think about it. How many choices have you made in your life because you didn't want to be judged? Maybe you changed the way you dressed, stayed quiet during a conversation, or avoided a big opportunity because you were afraid someone would criticize you. Here's the hard truth. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. Sounds harsh, but it's freeing. People are too busy worrying about themselves. Even if they do notice you, their opinions can't change your reality. A stranger's opinion won't pay your bills. A critic's words won't stop the clock. But every second you spend worrying about them, that's time stolen from you. So how do you stop caring so much? It starts with defining your own values. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? Because when you have a clear purpose, the noise around you gets quieter. Imagine a ship at sea. If the captain knows exactly where they're going, the wind and waves don't matter as much. They adjust, they steer, but they never lose sight of their destination. Your life is no different. If you know your purpose, the opinions of others lose their power. Instead of seeking validation, seek alignment with your values. When you live by them, you build something unshakable. So, stop handing out free rent in your mind to people who don't even live your life. Your path is yours alone. Walk it boldly. Sign number 2. Your mood shifts based on external events or bad news. How often do you let one bad moment ruin your entire day? Maybe it's a rude comment from a stranger, bad traffic, or hearing negative news. Suddenly, your whole mood shifts, and it feels like you have no control. Here's the thing, life is unpredictable. If your happiness depends on everything around you being perfect, you'll always be chasing peace instead of creating it. Stoics have a solution for this. Focus on what you can control. You can't control rude people, traffic, or breaking news, but you can control how you respond. Pause and ask yourself, is this really worth my peace? 9 times out of 10, it's not. So next time something bad happens, take a breath and remind yourself, this doesn't control me, I control me. That one shift can save you hours of unnecessary stress. Sign number 3. You seek validation and approval from others. If you only feel good when someone says good job or you're amazing, this one's for you. Seeking validation from others is one of the sneakiest ways we give up control of our lives. Why? Because you're outsourcing your self-worth. If people like you, you feel good. If they don't, you feel worthless. It's like handing someone else the remote control for your emotions. Here's the truth. No amount of likes, compliments, or external validation will ever be enough if you haven't learned to validate yourself. It's like filling a bucket with holes. No matter how much water you pour in, it leaks. How do you fix it? Start giving yourself credit. Instead of waiting for someone else to say you did great, look in the mirror and say it yourself. At first, it might feel strange, but over time, you'll realize it's the most powerful kind of validation there is. When you stop chasing praise, you become unstoppable. No applause, no problem. You're still moving forward. No one's watching. Doesn't matter, you're still growing. Remember, their approval is optional, but your self-respect is non-negotiable. Sign number 4. You procrastinate because of fear of failure. Let's be honest. Procrastination isn't always about being lazy. Sometimes It's fear in disguise. You tell yourself, I'll do it later, but what you're really thinking is, what if I fail? It's safer to delay than to face the possibility of messing up, right? But here's the thing, inaction is still a decision. By doing nothing, you've already failed. You're living in the exact outcome you were afraid of. So how do you break this cycle? Simple, but not easy. Redefine failure. It's not the end, it's feedback. Every failure teaches you something you didn't know before. Take action, even if it's messy, even if it's small. Forward motion is still motion. Think of it like this. You can sit on the shore, afraid to swim because you might get wet. Or you can jump in, get wet, and realize it's not so bad after all. The fear of failure is always worse than the failure itself. So stop waiting to feel ready. Just start. Sign number 5. You feel powerless in situations you can't change. Have you ever felt stuck in a situation you couldn't control? Maybe it's a relationship, a job, or even a global event. You feel trapped, powerless, like no matter what you do, nothing will change. Here's the truth, you're not powerless. You might not be able to control the situation, but you can always control yourself. And that's where real power comes from. Imagine a sailor at sea. They can't control the wind or the waves, but they can adjust their sails. They can choose their direction, even in a storm. You're the sailor in your own life. When you focus on what you can control, your choices, actions, and mindset, you stop feeling like a victim. Here's how to do it. When you're in a situation that feels out of your hands, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do right now? It doesn't have to be big. Small actions create momentum. Life will always throw storms at you, but you don't have to be swept away. Master your sails, and you'll master your destiny. If any of these signs hit close to home, it's okay. The fact that you recognize them means you're ready to change. Which one do you struggle with the most? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're ready to take back control of your mind, your emotions, and your life, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of wisdom. Stay strong. Your best self is closer than you think.